Why must reality slap you in the face so brutally for you to wake up? And I can't seem to get you to take action and move and work. This outcome was certain. You knew it. I knew it. You went to bed broke, and you're a nobody because every single time God gives you a chance, you ignore it. Even worse, when you are given guaranteed wins, you do nothing. When winners like me, we attack with absolute vigor. When the win isn't even guaranteed, you should look in the mirror. You should think of all those days you have wasted. The time's already gone. The time's been spent. You can't even tell me what you did with it. You didn't work. You didn't get rich. Cool. What did you do the last 2 years? Extra years of consciousness for the people who birthed you is somehow not as important. And you wonder why I end up in a position where I think, do poor people even ever deserve to win? Guys, money is easy. Money is easy. The life you want is easy. All you have to do is fall in love with the work. If you fall in love with the work, fall in love with being good at doing your work, getting it done, never missing a day. Because the easiest way to make sure you never miss a lucky day is to try every single day. Lucky days exist. And you're never going to know if you have a lucky day or not unless you try every single day. Then you're never going to miss any lucky days, and you're going to pull it off. And you're going to realize it wasn't actually that difficult. All it took was consistency. Wake up every day and be prepared to give 100% focus to all of the things you do. That's all you have to worry about. Because how can you be so arrogant and so complacent to sit as the insignificant nobody you are with the no money that you have and believe that you've done enough for the people you love? If I don't believe I've done enough with my capability and my fiscal prowess, who the fuck are you as a nobody to sit there and go, I don't need to work any harder. I lack motivation. Because you're broken, unimportant, and stupid. So you're arrogant. And it angers me that you don't feel this duty to the universe and duty for the people you care about. I don't know when it will happen. All I know is that it will happen. And when it happens, whether it's in 2 months or 2 years, I'm going to sit down and ask you if you have tried your best or if you have once again fucking failed. Because I haven't stopped stacking. I haven't stopped working. I haven't slowed down. I'm still trying to get more of everything. More houses, more boats, more cars, all of it. And you're gonna have to answer to yourselves in the mirror because you have once again been warned. The future is set. I'm asking you to put in a little bit of effort to a task where the outcome is certain. And we'll hope my words echo into eternity. Because God loves action. Action is implored from you. And you dedicate yourself to doing whatever it takes to win. Surely that's more inspiring when you know the finish line contains a pot of gold. And I promise you guys, I really promise you, if you care, nothing is difficult. You're doing the things you're supposed to do, but do you really care about how well you do them? How well did you do? How well did you do at work? How well did you do with nearly anything? Like, are you just sitting there mindlessly or are you actively trying?
Struggle brings you closer to God. If you imagine a man who truly believes in God and finds strength from God, he suffers. And if you imagine a man who's born with a perfect life, perfect parents, endless money, no adversity, no struggle, nothing ever goes wrong, doesn't need to train, he's skinny, nobody ever attacks him, that man is an evil hedonist, he's petty. People who only have pleasures in their life do not experience connection with God, friend. But all of the suffering that we see, suffering, so it reminds you that the light is light and the dark is dark. This is why God gives us suffering in the first place. So many people pray for their suffering to end, not understanding that the suffering is the reason they're praying in the first place. So God wants us to suffer to show that we deserve his blessings. That's why if you're lazy, you're never lucky. And if you work hard and you suffer, somehow, always pull it off.
Then I looked up how much a Ferrari cost, 210,000 pounds. And I said to my brother, I was like, there are people with 210,000 pounds for a car. And he's like, yes, so? I'm like, no, not so. How? If I worked my job for 6 years and saved every penny, if I walked to work and didn't eat, I couldn't buy this car. How are people doing this? I couldn't sleep at night when I was broke. I knew that everything was a lie. I knew I had to find a way out. I was sitting there going, I refuse to live my human years and be some second-class citizen peasant when there's people out here who get to do whatever the fuck they want. And I was so uncomfortable that it gave me the motivation I needed to escape. You should look in the mirror and feel a deep sense of shame. You should think of all those days you have wasted, all those late mornings you laid in, all of the mistakes you've made across the last 2 years. Because if you made none of those mistakes and you tried instead and added it all together, you would be rich forever. Newsflash, the happiness you felt when you were 5 years old is gone and it's never coming back. Those Christmas mornings that you enjoyed are gone. You are a grown-up. You are a man. Now, a woman can feel that. You can put a woman on a jet and take her somewhere she's never been, and she can be in love with you, and she can feel it like a kid. Your children can feel it. You can give it to others, but you are never going to feel it yourself. And if you chase it, you're going to end up on drugs, doing dumb shit, losing everything you've ever cared about. There is a version of the world where you can feel things and really not give a fuck how you feel. If I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change the things I do. If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. So a lot of these people come to me and they say, oh, but I feel this way. I don't put a huge amount of importance on emotions. It's not that I don't feel them. It's that I don't think they have much to do with anything at all. If you don't know what to do, do something. If you're in a scenario and you're unsure how to positively affect that scenario, said scenario, you're broke, your business is failing, you're not sure what to do, you're sitting there, you have no leads to call, no one's answering your emails, you literally cannot think of another action to take to put money in the bank, then go for a run. Because God is going to reward you in the long run if you take action as opposed to just sit and do nothing. I know it seems like a crazy concept, how can going for a run pay my bills? But it's just the karmic retribution of being an action taker in the end adds up. Because every single time God gives you a chance, you ignore it. Even worse, when you are given guaranteed wins, you do nothing. When winners like me, we attack with absolute vigor when the win isn't even guaranteed. I've tried harder for most things in my life with a fraction of a percent of a chance for success than you've ever tried for anything with a guaranteed payoff. I used to go to work not knowing if I get paid. You are guaranteed to get paid. We are telling you it is guaranteed that there is a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. You could have been focused on something important and got rich. You wasted your fucking time. You could have been a somebody. When a poor person comes up to me, oh, I can't pay my bills. You know what I think? I think I did it. All those times I was working and you were asleep. How hard I was on myself. And you know what you did? Jerked off to porn. You laid in bed. I don't feel sorry for you. What's the number one thing I say after podcasts sometimes? Fuck that one up. That was shit. I sit there and and some of my best podcasts, people are like, I love that. It gets 20 million views. I'm like, I said twice. And then Tristan will sit here and I'll be in here fucking fuming, angry, like physically angry at myself for in a 5-hour podcast. I said twice and I missed the point. Because if you're not super hard on yourself, then who's going to be hard on you, right? You have to be super, super hard on yourself. I would spar for 3 hours. And if I got hit once with a punch that could have been a KO, furious. True or not? You can't be rich unless you hate being broke. Because poor people will say, man, I really want to be rich. Are you dedicated? Yeah, I'm dedicated. But the majority of the time, they're actually happy being broke. They're happy playing a video game, eating some ramen, and sitting around with their friends. So they only feel temporarily motivated to escape the trap. But most of the time, they're happy to be exactly where they are, which is why they'll stay exactly where they are. They don't hate being broke. When I was broke, I couldn't fucking sleep.
Your competition is zero. They're just out drinking, watching sports, distracting themselves on TikTok. They're losers. All you have to do is focus on yourself. And truthfully, there are not many doers in the world. There are not many people who get up and decide to go and do something, to take action, and to do it properly and completely. Those kind of people always end up rich.
If you win, you manifested it. Fantastic. If you lose, you would have spent so much time imagining it that you're really going to want it. And because you're really going to want it, in your mind, you're going to be more motivated to work hard than ever before. If you catch yourself gossiping about someone else's life, if you catch yourself caring about celebrities, if you catch yourself arguing with anybody, you need to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I arguing with this person? Why am I sitting here discussing any of these things instead of just making money? You're not actually depressed and you're not actually angry. You're not actually unhappy. You're just broke. And if you got rich, you'd see it's actually a big, beautiful world. And there's nothing to fight over. People often ask me, Andrew, you grew up poor and now you're very rich. What's it like? And I can talk about how great it is to fly private, how great it is to have supercars, and how great it is to not have to worry about money, and to view the world as free, to have a card that always works and everything is free all the time, to not look at the prices of things ever, to order whatever you want, any car, and to not even look or know the price. But what truthfully is the best thing about being rich is you no longer have to interact with anybody you don't want to interact with, which means you can avoid a huge percentage of the population which are not capable of improving themselves or understanding you as a person, because a lot of the poor people deserve to be poor, unfortunately. But most importantly, if you don't need other people, you can set standards that you can't when you are broke. When you are broke, you are forced to exist amongst people you don't want to exist amongst, to talk to people you do not particularly like, to work with people who do not agree with you. When you are poor, you are forced to interact. But when you become the A side of life, when you're at the absolute upper echelon, your money is secure, your family is secure, your life is secure.
If you actually try your best, you can't lose. Not pretend to try your best. Not try your best 90% of the time. Not try your best with excuses. If you genuinely try your best all of the time, all day, every day, it's impossible to lose. So when people say, if you tried your best, it's okay to lose, that is a logic fail. Because if you lost, you didn't try your best in the first place. If you actually try your best, it is impossible to fail in this life. God is watching and He rewards those who want it the most. If you want it the most, you can have it. It's a competition. Every dollar you want, the house you want, the car you want, other people want. You have to win. You have to want it the most and genuinely do your best, because most people aren't capable of doing their best anymore.
You are a loser, and you deserve to lose. Your ancestors hate you. I hate you. Everyone hates you. Because it turns out you're actually living in a period of time where it's easier to succeed, and it's better to be a man than it's ever been. You should show some respect to the men who did amazing things, whether they died in a ditch, in some forgotten war, or dug out this entire salt mine by hand to feed their families. And the easiest way to show them some respect is to dedicate yourself and make some money.
Maybe fear itself is the monster. Maybe that's what kills you.
Getting rich is the easiest way to achieve all the things you want to achieve. Oh yeah. You want people to respect you when you talk. Yeah. Easiest way, get rich. You want girls to love you. Easiest way, get rich. You want to leave a legacy and be remembered. Easiest way, get rich. It's amazing that people say getting rich is hard, but it's in fact the easiest possible way to achieve all the things you want to achieve. If you want to win, you need to be consistent. You don't need to be the smartest, not at all, but you have to be the guy who's there day after day. And I will guarantee you right now, what is going to determine how successful you're going to be is, are you there every single day? Are you doing what you're supposed to do day after day? If you're the person who wakes up, does work, is fantastic at it, but takes 3 days off, you're going to lose. They say that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That is completely true. Every time you try something repeatedly, you get better at it.
Guaranteed. That is a guarantee. You can take it to the bank. So when you know that, how can you struggle to find the motivation or the discipline to try at something because you know for a fact you're going to get better? If you train, you're going to get stronger. Guaranteed. If you hopscotch, you're going to get better at mother nigga hopscotching. Guaranteed. If you want to learn how to make money, you dedicate yourself, you keep doing what you're supposed to do, and you'll get better at making money. We'll teach you how to do exactly that inside of the real world. We will teach you for $50 how to make money. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Get paid, get paid, get paid. It is a guarantee that if you continue to try something, you'll improve. So imagine how short-sighted you must be. Imagine how empty your pot of chi. Imagine how weak your consciousness. To understand that guaranteed results come from applied effort and still not finding the gumption to apply yourself. I have anxiety, but I use my anxiety so that I wake up at 6:15 a.m. instantly enraged, getting to work so I win. I grabbed the demon of anxiety by his fucking neck and added him to my legion. He works for me. You have dulled your sword, so you have nothing to threaten the demons with, because you're too busy sitting around in therapy like a little girl. When anxiety turns up, you cower before it with your little weak, dull sword. I pull my blade and say, you now work for me by force. I have depression. I have OCD. I have all of it. These demons work for me. I am the leader. They are my army. That is how I conquered the world. You need to get these demons in check. They are your weapons against mediocrity.
Here's the thing. You only need 4 years. You only need to do it right and show up every day and not take a day off for 4 years. And if you do, your life will be fine. You don't have to worry about the future. You have to worry about taking action now. You have to strike while the iron is hot. And if you squander this opportunity, you're going to really wish you hadn't.
Everyone's in a rush to get rich as fast as possible. I want to be rich now. I understand it. I was the same. But now that I'm an older man, I retrospectively look back and think, the second I'm rich, the second you become rich, your attributes are frozen. That's the character you become. That's it. The upgrade level in many ways is over. You can continue to upgrade your finance, yes, but to upgrade your character as a man, that's it. And you have to be prepared to live as that character forever. Whether they throw you in jail, try and kill you, woman leaves you, whatever, you have to be that guy. That's who you are. It's frozen. It's done now. So as much as you're panicking to get rich as quick as possible, you also need to slow it down a bit or step up other areas of your life to make sure you're learning the lessons and becoming the person you need to be before you get there. Stand up. Everyone is making fun of you. And the only possible revenge is success. It should be all you think about. It should be all you do. It doesn't matter who the president is. Nobody's coming. No one's going to save you. You need to do it. Yourself. Just you. By yourself. Get up and do it. Otherwise, they're going to be right. You're going to lose your youth. You're going to lose your energy. You're going to lose your chi. You're going to become an old man. You're going to sink into a chair. And you would have lived your entire life as a fucking joke. Success is the ultimate final victory in all things. Don't you want revenge on the people who didn't believe in you? Don't you want revenge on your enemies? Don't you want revenge on everybody who abandoned you? People who thought you were worth nothing and worthless? Don't you want them to finally feel the sting of regret? Don't you want them to come across your Instagram profile after a few short years, see the life you're living and the man you've become, and to fucking hate themselves? Don't you want your exes begging? Nothing makes me happier than the girls I haven't seen in years popping up again begging for another shot. There's nothing more beautiful than them messaging you, been a while, fucking skank, shut up. It certainly has. It's gonna work out. In the end, I'm gonna win. I may not understand the path there. It may get tricky at some points, but in this simulation, in the end, I win the game. Even if it looks like I lost, I still win. So if you approach life that way, it gives you a degree of confidence that allows you to take the brave choice. It's amazing what you can achieve if you never give up. My saying, unmatched perspicacity and sheer
indefatigability. That point is important. Sheer indefatigability. The inability to become fatigued. If you never quit, if you never give up, if you never give in, you're gonna get exactly what you wanted. All you had to do is not be a fucking coward, and you still failed. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't care about excuses. God doesn't care about excuses. And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses. There are winners and losers in the world. You are either a winner who dedicates himself, never gives up, continues to learn, does everything he knows he needs to do regardless of how he feels, or you're a loser who makes excuses and you stay invisible for the rest of human time. Make a choice.
You're asking me about girls and you're worried about girl cheating. Bro, you're poor. You are broke and you are weak. What the fuck are you talking about girls for? You have bigger concerns to address. If you get your shit right, it's amazing how quickly everything else falls into place. The best way to be good with girls is to be good with everything besides girls. If you're good at business and you're good with people and you're good, your body's in good shape and you're charismatic and you're smart and you're interesting and you're wise and you got a good network and a fucking yacht and a Bugatti and a jet, guess what? You can't get rid of them.
If you're the kind of person who feels like they need therapy, you need someone to talk to make me feel better, do you know what you are? You're useless. Because in the harshest realities of this cold world, there are people in Syria whose entire families have been blown to fuck with a bomb from the sky, who are still getting up every day, making fucking bread and selling it on the streets so they have enough money to buy a new pair of sandals sometime next year. While you're crying about fucking nothing with your first world bullshit to some dickhead therapist who probably does coke on the weekends. You know, I haven't had a rest day from the gym in years. Every day I train. Every day. People talk about how your muscles don't grow unless you're resting. I don't care. I go every day because I go to teach myself a lesson, and I don't want to go, and it's boring, and I'm busy, and every single day I still go, so I learn about discipline and pain and suffering. Even at my old age, with my long, difficult life, I'm still going to the gym every day to punish myself and show God that I am motivated and disciplined, and no matter what happens, I will not miss a single gym session ever. 1,000 push-ups a day in jail. And you wonder why I have everything I've ever wanted. It's actually fantastically easy. You just have to do things. Get up and actually try, actually work, stop looking for shortcuts, stop being a lazy loser, stop being an idiot, stop scrolling garbage, and actually try, and you can have it.
I promise you guys, I wanted money. I wanted to get rich. I wanted money so bad I couldn't live broke. I knew I deserved a life better than fucking wage slavery. I knew I couldn't listen to a HR department. I knew I couldn't listen to some retard telling me what to do. I knew I couldn't be told what to do by people lesser than me. I knew I couldn't watch people less smart than me have more money than I had. I knew I couldn't watch people have Ferraris if I didn't have one. I needed money. I wanted money. I was ready to do anything for money because that's what I wanted. And guess what I got? Hundreds of millions of liquid dollars cash. Because I wanted it. Put the list together. Choose your top 4 wants. Make sure that you blink, cure your brain, reprogram yourself. Those are your wants. You don't care about anything else. And you'll find yourself unduly dedicated. You'll find yourself unquestionably motivated to get the things that you truly desire once you work out what they are.
The time you wait, the procrastination is why you are poor. That business idea you had weeks ago, the one you're sitting on and you're talking about, and you keep having these small bursts of motivation where you type something down and then you do nothing for a while, you go back to jerking off, and then you have some ideas and you write them down, you do nothing again. Listen, if you would have instantly implemented your business idea weeks ago with speed, if it would have been all you did for 12 hours a day and you would have attacked it with everything you got, one of 2 things would have happened. 1, you'd be making money and you're rich. Or 2, it would have not worked. You would have gotten rid of that idea, and by now you'd have a new idea. The time you wait, the procrastination is why you are poor. Poverty loves waiting. Poor people love planning, they love waiting. Rich people love speed.
You need to be an excellent man. It's no longer acceptable for you to just be an average Joe or below average. You have to get up and you have to work hard and you have to be smart and interesting and you have to be charismatic and make some money and be in good shape and you have to try very hard. And I think that as a man, there's always going to be a degree of pain and suffering in your journey. I don't think you're ever going to become a successful man or be good at being a man without pain and suffering. So all of the pain and all the suffering I've ever gone through in my life ended up in the end building me into the person I am, and I'm proud of who I am.
The biggest way to fuck up your life as a man is to start sitting there at home or wondering and worrying, I don't feel happy. How do I feel happy? Who the fuck said you ever should? Who told you in your infinite arrogance that you were ever designed or created by God to be happy ever? Since when is that owed to you? Why is happiness something you think you deserve? Maybe it is your destiny to live 100 miserable years, like I will. But this quest or idea of being happy, erase it from your brain. Blink and cure your mind. Change the software. You don't feel happy. You don't feel sad. You're either busy with things you need to do, or you've done enough to have a short respite before the next day. And your job is to become as important and capable and dangerous as possible. That's it. My advice is that one day you're going to look back on all the things you're currently going through and you're going to be glad they happened. If you have the right mental model, if you change how you think, one day you will look back and be glad they happened. And the most fantastic thing about changing the way you think is, regardless of what people say to you or despite the fact they tell you it's not true, I promise you, one of the only things on the planet you can control is what you think. You can't control the weather, can't control other people, can't control if your heart stops. You can't even keep it beating. But you can control what you think. I'm not saying it's easy, but it can be done. And if you change the way you view things, you change the perspective, you'll be happy that it's happened to you. Anybody who thinks that a lifestyle comes like this without dedicating yourself for at least a decade to the endless work which must be required to prove to God that you deserve to be a main character on earth is a fool. God is sitting there waiting for somebody to put their hand up and say, look, I work harder than the others. Look, I've tried harder than everyone else. I worked on the days I was sick. I worked on the days I was tired. I dedicated myself and did exactly what you wanted me to do. Please bless me with the best possible existence any man on earth could have.
If you used to make $1,000 in a day, and then someone shows you how to make $1,000 in an hour, that doesn't mean that you take all day off. That means that you now make $12,000 a day, because you take the intelligent work and you just amplify it out towards across working hard. So trying to always find a way to work smart is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Become more and more efficient, not so we can do less work, but so our time is worthwhile. So there's no such thing as working smart and not working hard. You have to do both, all of the time, if you want to win. Just keep that in mind, because you just described trying to work smart, and it's another form of laziness.
One of the key secrets to life is being able to heavily segment your mind and implement a selective amnesia. You need to be able to remember all the bad things that happened to you instantly, instantaneously. Open up the filing cabinet and find all of the bad things that will either make you feel sad or hopefully enrage you, so you have power to attack the current conundrum with absolute ferocity. But when you do not need this emotion, this energy, you need to be able to put these memories away fully and absolutely. This is one of the easiest ways to live life, selective amnesia, to segment your mind. In a fraction of a second, I can think the thoughts and remember the things that fill me with rage, to ensure that I decimate all of my opponents. And then when they're not needed, I just simply put it away. And I drive around in my Lamborghini and I'm a happy, contented person. Therapy is keeping that drawer open and constantly discussing these events. Constantly prodding them and poking them so that they lose their potency and they can no longer enrage you absolutely. Instead, they just become a whisper of their former selves, but it's a constant, endless whisper. And life is about on and off. It's binary. The secret to winning in life is ones and zeros. You either do something or you don't do something. The light is turned on or the light is turned off. Most people are dim lights, always semi-on. And this is why they fail. As potency in any direction is probably the easiest way to win at anything, to just simply try harder than the others. There are plenty of retards who are far more successful than you in your life. Not because they're better than you, in fact they're far worse than you, but just because they possess the ability to be potent in a particular direction for a moderate amount of time. Never catch yourself semi-considering and semi-musing something. Never catch yourself being semi-sad about something that happened and now you're trying to distract yourself. So you're out with your friends having a meal trying to forget about that girl, but you're still a little bit sad about her. You're not allowed to be a little bit of anything. That is destroying the potency of emotions. If you're sad, be sad. And if you're angry, be angry. And if it's not time to be those things, then absolutely stop, put them away, and save the emotion for when it is useful. In-betweens, lack of commitment. This is what disconnects you from the source code of the simulation. There's nothing wrong with being authentic and true to yourself. This is how you become life.
You have to be good enough on your worst day to beat your opponent on his best day. On the day he feels motivated and gets out of bed and wants to fight and he's raring to go and he's on the top of his game, and you feel the absolute opposite. You want to lay in bed, you don't want to move, you don't want to go anywhere, but you have to get up and have to fight this man. You have to be good enough to beat him anyway. You have to be that good. Life often gives you chances and you get one shot. You don't get to replay them, you don't get to rerun them. Even the ones that you do get to rerun, you do get to replay. I guarantee if you pulled it off first time every time, your life would be completely different than if you pulled it off on the second time every time. It'd be a different trajectory. There'd be no failure in the mix. The air wouldn't be stained with the stench of your inadequacy. You must be that good, that no matter what happens in life, even when the Matrix attacks you, even when you get curveballed, you can put on a nice suit, you can pull out some money from somewhere, put on a diamond watch, and pull it off. You have to be that guy. And the way you're going to do that is by training. You have to practice. And you have to be held accountable amongst other men who are extremely capable in all realms. You can't be hanging around with losers because losers will allow you to lose. You need to be hanging around with winners because winners will not allow you to lose. We hate losers. We don't even like them around us. They stain our air. Train harder.